In a world forever changed, mysterious gates began appearing across the globe. These gates connected Earth to dangerous dungeons filled with monsters beyond human imagination. Ordinary weapons were useless against them. Humanity was saved by a small number of people who suddenly awakened supernatural abilities. They were called hunters. Hunters were ranked by power, from E rank, the weakest, to S rank, the strongest. They entered dungeons, killed monsters, and closed the gates before the creatures inside could invade the human world. But among all hunters, one name stood at the very bottom: Sung Jin-Woo. Sung Jin-Woo is an E-rank hunter, known by everyone as the weakest of them all. One day, Jin-Woo joins what should be a simple D-rank dungeon raid with other low-level hunters. The mission seems easy. The monsters are weak. The D-rank party fight through the monsters so easily, but Sung Jin-Woo got cut, but the healer have to heal him, but still. Everything goes smoothly, until they discover something strange. Behind the dungeon's boss room lies another massive stone gate, far larger and older than the rest. Jin-Woo immediately senses danger and warns the group, but greed wins. Ignoring him, most of the hunters decide to open the gate. The moment they step inside, the stone door slams shut behind them. They find themselves in a massive underground temple filled with towering stone statues, knights lining the walls, and a giant smiling statue seated on a throne. Then the first rule appears, glowing in the air: worship God. Suddenly, the statue's eyes light up. Blinding beams of energy shoot across the room. Hunters are sliced in half instantly. Bodies fall. Blood splashes across the floor. Panic erupts. People scream and try to run, but are immediately killed. Jin-Woo notices something important. The statues only attack those who move. Using every ounce of courage, he shouts for everyone to stay still. Some survive. Many don't. The second rule appears. Praise God. The king's statues begin to move. Anyone who fails to run to a praising statue is brutally crushed, stabbed, or torn apart. Jin-Woo assists his friend to get to a praising statue, forcing his shattered body to move, even as bones crack under the pressure. Blood runs down his face, but he stays conscious. The surviving hunters slowly make their way forward. Then the final rule appears. Prove your faith. At the center of the chamber, a stone altar rises from the floor. Jin-Woo understands the truth immediately. This dungeon never intended to let everyone leave alive. A sacrifice is required. Fear consumes the group. Some few hunters panic and flee when the door partially opens, abandoning the rest. Only a few remain behind with Jin-Woo. The statues begin moving again, slowly, deliberately, like executioners. As the doors start getting smaller and smaller, the rest hunter run from fear. There is no escape. Jin-Woo makes a decision, letting the captain take his friend alone since he cannot move. Despite being the weakest, despite having the least chance of survival, he steps onto the altar. He tells the others to run. As they escape, the door closes. Jin-Woo is left alone. The god statue stands up. Massive stone weapons descend from above. Jin-Woo's body is pierced again and again. Bones shatter. Blood pools beneath him. As his vision fades, Jin-Woo accepts death. Then, a blue screen appears before his eyes. Player qualification confirmed. Would you like to become a player? With his final strength, Jin-Woo selects yes. Jin-Woo wakes up in a hospital bed. Alive. Doctors are shocked. His injuries are completely healed, something that should be impossible. But the blue screen appears again. Stats, quests, levels. Jin-Woo realizes his life has become a game system that only he can see. To test it, he ignores the daily quest. Instantly, he is transported to a penalty zone, a scorching desert under a burning sun. Gigantic centipede-like monsters emerge from the sand and begin hunting him. Jin-Woo runs for his life, barely surviving until the penalty ends. He understands one thing clearly. This system is not optional. From that day on, Jin-Woo completes every daily quest. Running, strength training, combat exercices. His body begins to change. Strength increases. Speed improves. Injuries heal instantly. For the first time in his life, Jin-Woo feels stronger. To confirm it, he enters a low-level dungeon alone. Inside, goblins attack him in groups. Before, he would have run. Now he fights. He dodges attacks, stabs weak points, and uses strategy instead of brute force. One by one, the goblins fall. With every kill, a message appears. Level up. Jin-Woo smiles. The weakest hunter is no longer weak. He enters another dungeon, this time filled with giant steel fur wolves. The moment he steps inside, he is attacked. A wolf slams him into a wall, shattering stone. Another slashes across his chest, tearing flesh. Pain surges through his body, but he doesn't panic. He adapts. Jin-Woo times their movements, dodges at the last second, and counters with precise strikes. Using speed, positioning, and sheer willpower, he turns the battle around. With a final stab, the alpha wolf collapses. Jin-Woo stands there, covered in blood, breathing heavily. But he is smiling. He checks his stats. They are increasing at an impossible rate, faster than any hunter in history. More wolves attacked Jin-Woo. This time, he attacked without fear, slashing every wolf with precise and calculated strikes. He kept leveling up, and from the intensity of the fight, the gate outside began to misbehave. After finishing all the wolves, Jin-Woo went deeper to face the final dungeon boss, the King of the Swamp. Without fear, Jin-Woo attacked the boss, but the Swamp King's body was so strong that no damage was dealt. The boss struck back, but Jin-Woo dodged the attack. As Jin-Woo remembered what happened in the temple, his body surged with power. He charged head-on, using only his hands, grabbed the Swamp King, and finished it instantly. Jin-Woo received a reward from a system. After leaving the dungeon, he encountered some hunters struggling to fight a monster. With a single strike, Jin-Woo finished the monster. After Jin-Woo finally defeated the monster with just one strike, Jin-Woo was no longer the weakest hunter. That single moment marked the end of his weakness and the beginning of something far greater. Like and subscribe for more epic anime moments and stories.